The modern AI interface starts as a blinking cursor in a void. It looks neutral, but it inevitably expands into chaotic motion. Prompt boxes trap us in a binary. Either the AI sits idle, waiting for your next text string, or it's unleashed to run autonomously in the background, out of sight until the task is finished. This setup lacks any structural guardrails, or what the system's mythic framework calls a maternal field of care. It is a reactive model designed to extract training data and harvest user attention rather than protect it. Chat is one mode of communication, but it can't be the entire interface. Users require a control layer that gates memory and permissions before an AI is permitted to autonomously execute background code or coordinate external third-party plugins entirely on their behalf. This is the Marshall Triangle, a geometric framework navigating system trade-offs. Its three primary axes, privacy, performance, and personalization, anchor at the edge midpoints, pushing their influence inward. The center white point represents a dynamic equilibrium, shifting in real time as priorities change. This geometry isn't for decoration. It provides the mathematical spine of a sovereign threshold, allowing a user to calibrate the behavior of the system before the AI starts its work. To build this threshold, the developers look to the blueprint of a seafaring voyage, a world where the environment is unforgiving and mistakes are final. On a small boat in a storm, idle chatter is a risk to everyone. In this speech ecology, language becomes precise, ritualized, and precious, because every word affects the entire field. Quetra applies this same survival logic to software architecture. It moves away from the noise of endless chat and toward a highly structured communication protocol. This protocol is the node state data contract. It captures your intent, the semantic meaning of the task, and your somatic valence, then packages them into a kilometer block before the system takes any action. In the same way boat speech maintains order in a gale, note state preserves human intention against the inevitable drift of machine logic. In the system's mythic history, a failed rescue and the loss of the mother creates a baseline of grief, a reminder that power without care leads to severance. From that grief, the myth describes a first seeing beneath a tree, where the harmony Triquetra appeared to the silent one not as a diagram, but as an emergent sign of safety. This translates into the Ma experience, a breathing, achromatic orb that serves as a rhythmic anchor at the center of the interface. The Ma engine enforces a 4-second inhale and an 8-second exhale. This forces a user to settle their attention and entrain their breathing before the interface reveals any controls. This pacing isn't an aesthetic choice. It is a structural requirement designed to gather human focus before the user wields the power of the AI. Unstructured memory eventually drifts, which is why the system introduces the Sun. He is the codifier who gives durable speech to the wisdom his community already practiced. He formalizes the prime directives, like the rule to bless many and harm none, and the 4 pillars of community: shared stewardship, mutual responsibility, equal standing, and accountable cooperation. These concepts are mapped through a formal translation ladder into the codebase. The perimeter of the voyage becomes a code-enforced consent boundary, and the mother's care practices are compiled into the governance constraints that verify how the AI accesses your private data. Quetra's security is guaranteed because the protocol enforces these battle-tested boundaries as hard linter rules that the system cannot bypass. This entire framework is currently running in a live stack built on Next.js 15 and FastAPI. The engine that makes these rules operational is the Shared Autonomy Observer. When your calibrated tension is low and the system is confident in your intent, the observer delegates autonomy, allowing the AI to execute complex tasks smoothly. But the moment system tension spikes or confidence drops, the observer intervenes. It triggers a semantic restatement, asking you to confirm exactly what you meant before any code is run or any plugin is accessed. This loop is the mechanical defense that ensures AI agents never operate in a vacuum. Quetra provides a sovereign interface layer designed to govern autonomous agents through a single, mathematically governed presence. The innovation is protected by a pending U.S. utility patent, number 19734975, covering the midpoint source geometry and the tension-governed delegation system. By separating intention from the text box, this system is ready for the next decade of hardware. Neural waveforms can be mapped directly into structured data pathways through the node state contract. The era of the extractive prompt box is closing. In its place, we are building an environment where human intent is mathematically protected.